It is recording, my love. So,
Great,
so
great,
how's
great.
so how things been going?
Everything has been going very well. I
Mhm.
did a fast
Mhm.
for 40 days
Ooh,
for
wonderful.
clarity and, and just health and all the good stuff.
Mhm.
And now I noticed that I, health wise,
Mm.
I'm more conscious.
Right.
It seems like every time I do a fast, I learn something more.
Right.
So I'm more conscious, which is a great thing because my goal is to get back to nature
Mhm.
so that I can hear my ancestors and I can hear the spirits. And even though I know I don't resonate as well as you do, because you're very good with it,
Mhm.
I still am a work in progress.
As we all are. Yeah, as
Hmm.
we all are. Mhm. Okay, well that's good to know. A 40-day fast, which is also known as a challenge, that
Hmm.
many people can't even do a couple of hours, 3 hours. Uh let alone a 40-day fast. So then that's good. Um
Hmm.
let me let me channel this information and see exactly. Hold on, I want to hold my phone up a certain way so that I don't have to hold it and I can just get into it. Can you hear me good?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Let me channel some information
Hmm.
and see what your spirit guides have to say to you.
Hmm.
Okay, all right. And too, the last time when we were supposed to do our session, I don't know, for some reason I went into like this deep, like this trance.
Hmm.
And when I went into the trance, they started to speak about you because you were my next client. And
Right.
they said to me, your spirit guide said to me, tell her to ground herself more. It's all about patience. It's all about knowing. It's all about
Hmm.
accepting. It's all about manifesting what it is that you want. But be patient, because I know that you put things into the spirit realm or into the ancestral realm. And sometimes you
Hmm.
just like, all right, well, when is this going to happen?
Hmm.
Um, be patient is what they're saying. And another person that came up, I remember it
Hmm.
clearly, is your great grandmother, um
Okay.
or rather your grandmother. I'm not sure if you know her
No, I don't know my great
personally.
grandmother or my grandmother because my grandmother died when my mother was 3 years old,
mm,
and my great grandmother I think was already deceased when my mother was born, but I'm not sure.
okay, but we're speaking about your grandmother or whatnot from your mother's side, because you have
From
your
my
mother
mother's
and your
side,
father's
yes.
side, and it's from your mother's side. And she is actually happy with the things that you have been doing here on earth. She's very like proud is what
Mhm.
she gave me, like, I'm proud of her. I'm proud that she
Mhm.
is doing, and what she said is charity work.
Mhm.
Giving back is what she said. I'm proud that she's giving back. I'm happy that she's doing that. I'm happy that she has a giving and loving spirit, is what she
Mhm.
told me. I don't know, have you ever thought about getting into gardening, like planting? Yeah.
It's funny you say that because that's one of the things I don't really wish to garden.
Mhm.
What I wish to do, this is my goal,
Mhm.
is to get back into farming our own land,
Okay.
growing our fresh fruit and vegetables. And I did recently in the car just say, you know, because I know people will come. I really want to focus on veganism, and I
Mhm.
know it's rough for a lot of people.
Mhm.
So I want to be able to buy some land, some property, and have an area
Mhm.
where people who who don't want to work for themselves.
Right.
In
Right.
other
Right.
words, you know
Right.
what I'm saying. So they can
Mhm.
do whatever they want to do outside, but this community, it's not something we pay for. This is how we live.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
I
I'm not
totally
exactly
do.
sure how it's going to pan out. That's just the idea that I have because I know it's a struggle in New York.
It's a struggle in New York,
Hmm.
and as you said, it's quite interesting that this came up, because this is something that you may manifest in the near future. As I told you before, your spirit guides tell me things about you that happened in the past, present, future. So now
Mhm.
that you are already planting the seed for this
Mhm.
to, manifest in the near
Mhm.
future, and I'm not speaking, I'm perhaps 2 or 3 years down the line, from
Mhm.
now, and it may be sooner, and it may be, longer than that. But
Mhm.
your grandmother gave me the word for you to do something like this. And I guess that's
Okay.
just that may just be a message for you. And you, like you said, you
Right.
you
Right.
already
So I
you
would want it. What I wanted to know is where the best place is to purchase this property.
I'm gonna tell you. Yeah. You know what I would say? Um okay, so you saying people here in America or whatnot.
Yes. And but see, that's just it. Because I know that in me, I want to go to Africa.
Mhm.
It doesn't necessarily have to be just in America. I know
Mhm.
I want to go to Africa, but I really want to help people here because there's so many of us that don't know the truth about health.
Mhm. Mhm.
And even though we're all connected, there's some powerful people here in America.
Mhm.
When I say America, I'm talking about those African Americans that were brought over that lost their way
Mhm.
because we are indoctrinated. When they
Right.
when they when
Right.
they take you away from your culture, away from your food, away from your language, you begin to think like those that we're now living amongst.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying?
I
I don't have
do.
anything against white people.
Right.
What I do know is that the power of this earth lies in the melanin.
And it sure does. And
And
because I'm a person that travels frequently, and
mhm.
I just came back from St. Thomas, and
Okay.
I'm going to tell you one of the miracles that happened on my trip, which deals with this land and the property that you want to create. Okay, so I was in St. Thomas or whatnot. I ran into a sister that I know from here.
Mhm.
And she just happened to have the plug and connect to everything. So we
Mhm.
happened to go to a farmer's market, and it was a Rastafarian farmer's market,
Okay.
like farmer's
Okay.
market, nothing but Rastafarians growing natural foods and things like that. So
Mhm. Mhm.
we get to talking, and me, I'm also a holistic nutritional
Yes.
consultant. So
Yes.
I know plants and I know herbs by just seeing them. So I see a
Right.
cactus, plant. A lot of people don't know that cactus is very good for you as well. So I'm like, "Oh,
Right.
look at how, this cactus is just growing wild." So
Uh
then my
huh.
mate, he was like, and I was going to go to pick it, because I'm
Uh
like,
huh.
this is food, let me go
Yes.
pick it.
Yes. Yes. Mhm.
So he's like, no, you can't do that. Don't do that. You gotta ask first. And I'm like, all right, you're right. So as we was speaking, one of the vice president of the farmers market heard us. So he's like,
Mhm.
go ahead if you want it, go ahead. So we start talking with him. So in the midst of him talking, I mean us talking with each other, he's like, I got natural herbs, I got this, I got that. I said, listen, I need to see before I purchase anything.
Good.
He said, "Oh, you want me to show you?" I said, "Yeah, come on, show me."
Mhm.
I kid you no lie. This man took us on his land that has
Mhm.
nothing but fresh vegetation. Do you hear me?
Wow.
Eh, things that you would never even seen before. He was
Really?
growing on his land, and he had more land. And he said, listen, if you're looking to buy land or you looking to farm, contact me. We can set something up
Really?
on the hill. St. Thomas is a place, is a very, I get a very spiritual vibe from St. Thomas,
Mhm.
okay?
Mhm.
Only
Mhm.
because it is like built on a mass of mountains. The higher you
Mhm.
the higher you go up in the mountains, the higher your vibration elevates. Now,
Right.
if you're not someone that is on a spiritual vibration or can understand the frequency of elevation,
Mhm.
your energy will be thrown off. What
Right.
I'm
Right.
saying is
Right.
to say that I'm saying this to say that if you are growing food on a land that is not only spiritual but is built on a mountain, on an elevation like that, you're dealing with superfoods off the back.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? You dealing with superfoods off the.
It's funny you say that because I did go to St. Thomas with my mother.
Oh.
And when I went, this was about 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. And let me tell you, I just love nature. I love how God gives you everything you need for free. You don't have to go to the store to buy water.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to the store to buy mangoes. You don't have to go to the store. I saw bananas, I saw coconuts, I saw mangoes, and every time I would see one, I would record it. I was like, you know what, this is great, but I didn't understand to what extent.
Mm-hmm.
Like now, I wasn't looking at it like this is free. I was looking at it was free, but I wasn't looking at it, this is what God has provided for us.
Right.
For free. Until recently, I was like, wow, it is kind of odd. It's dysfunctional to go to the store to purchase what God gives you for free.
God, oh my, oh my God, I just felt like I was in heaven. The sun beaming on you, you know, you going higher and higher into the mountains, surrounded by food, natural vegetation, natural food, and this, and that's why when you ask me, where should I do this, I'm like, I would recommend that you do this on ground such as the islands or something like that, where the soil and the ground is not tampered with. However, I do know that your main cause is to, help those here, because we're more, how you say it, we're more deprived of natural resources here.
Yes, we are.
Right.
Yes, we are.
However, just for the start, you can just, because it doesn't cost much to go to St. Thomas. It doesn't really cost much to go to St. Thomas. It doesn't really cost much to build things if that's what you want. You can have your own land, and you can perhaps build shelter for these people that will also be planting there. You got to think about things like that. Put that in perspective, and I have connects. I have connects in different places, different islands, that can perhaps help you in that way. But just my experience in St. Thomas and what I've seen and what I visualized, even fresh sea moss. You hear me? Irish moss. Just fresh, which can help people get back into their godhood. Okay.
Yes.
Because it's the food that we eat that begins to denature our genetic being. Genetic modification is what's happening when we are eating these particular types of food. So I do over and understand why you will want to help masses of people here on in this particular area. However, in terms of investment wise, I would recommend somewhere on an island or something, and that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion, because you can even start something in your own backyard.
That's true.
You can even start something there, because as your grandmother came and she told me, she was and she may be someone that was used to planting and growing her own foods. Think about it.
She was. That's where my mother gets like loving plants.
You see?
From.
So then that's a recommendation for you from the spirit realm. So then actually you are on the right track with manifesting what it is that you are supposed to be doing here on this planet. Because, my love, I'm gonna tell you one thing, and as you know, we all came back onto this planet to learn what we haven't learned in our past life, and to master certain things here on earth. Rather it's always giving, or is rather always receiving. So it's rather you're paying your karmic debt, or you're receiving your karmic reward. And in any event, I feel like there's Saturn placed in your house of humanitarian. It may be placed in your 11th house. I'm not sure if you ever got an astrology.
I did, but I don't know where.
Okay.
Long.
I'm gonna tell you something about yourself. The reasons why, for most part, um, it's like you learn things, and you learn from people, and you give to people, and you get hurt by people, and you gotta learn lessons from people, and you give blessings to people, and all of that stuff is what your spirit guides is saying. So it's like, because you came back onto this planet to receive balance, to get the lessons, and sometimes to get hurt too. You gotta get hurt in certain situations, because that Saturn is there giving you the responsibility to be who you are. And if you're not gonna take on this responsibility, then you're falling short from a lot of things. And as a result of falling short from a lot of things, that's where you get hurt at. So I'm pretty sure in your past experiences in life, you kicked yourself in the butt, because it's like, I knew better. I knew better. I knew not to do that. I knew, I should have did this. I should have followed this. I should have. So that's what your spirit guides is more so, or this is what I'm picking up more so in terms of you and your journey here on earth, because it's a learning thing for you. It's not everything that is always given to you, such as your past life, where lots of things just came very easily to you. So as a result now you're giving back to people, and you're helping people, and you're also helping yourself to understand, okay, well, why am I the person, or why am I given this responsibility, in a sense. And when is your birthday?
May 23rd.
Oh,
1965.
Gemini. The channelers, the communicators, the channelers between.
That's why I do film and poetry. That's where that part comes in, that creative part of it.
Oh, right. You did mention that to me. Right. You did mention that to me. Yeah. So the communicators. The channelers, the networkers, between the spirit and the physical realm. And as a result, now I'm gonna tell you one thing. In 2016, which is the number that adds up to the number 9, it's a universal year. So a lot of things begin to be revealed to you on a spiritual level as a Gemini. No more physical, more so spiritual level. And it starts with self. It starts with self-healing. It starts with affirmation. It starts with, you know, fasting. It starts with taking your baths. It starts with lighting up your incense. It starts with, feng shuiing your place, and things of that nature. Is more so on a spiritual aspect that you have to work on. I see the number 7 with you, dealing with that Christ energy. However, what they're telling me to tell you is, to the extent that you want to elevate yourself to that Christ energy, you also have to humble yourself, and in a way where I'm really at peace. I'm really at peace. I am unfettered, and I am unbound. Okay, and nothing can take away from what the universe has for me, and you have to know this. Okay, you have to know this, because you are going through what they're showing me, like Pandora's box, when somebody just pops out of, like, you didn't come out for a very long time. Someone that's been in jail, incarcerated, now this person is just busting out, and it's like, here, I'm here. This is somebody else that's coming out of you. And as you know, we all have different personalities, but it's this itty bitty baby. It's this person that's been shy. It's this person that always had a voice internally, that is now, you're like very head forth, like a Taurus. You're very, headstrong. It's like, you know what, I'm confident now. That's the word that I'm looking for. You're confident now. to do the things that you never expected that you would be doing. And I commend you for that. I even commend you again for taking, for doing that for doing that 40-day fast. And that's perhaps why your grandmother here came through um and was saying congratulations, and to be humble, right, and to be humble in that sense. And as you are getting these visions, as you're channeling yourself, okay, as you're channeling yourself and you're getting these visions, these are the visions that you will soon, in the near future, if you continue on, you will create, which I feel is a beautiful thing. Okay. Give me a second. The heart chakra is coming up. And again, it is dealing with balance. Oh, you're a Gemini, so it's like, night and day sometimes, night and day. The sun or the moon is masculine, feminine, and things of that nature. So, balancing your heart chakra, doing more heart chakra affirmations or sound vibrations is what they're saying, and the sound is very good for uplifting your heart. um have you been divorced?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so there may be a little residue there. um
Yeah, you told me that before.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I don't see why. I don't know what it is I'm doing. It may be spiritual.
Spiritual.
But it's definitely not conscious.
Right. It's spiritual. We talking about spiritual here. I'm only speaking on a spiritual level with you tonight. I'm only speaking to you on a spiritual level tonight.
Right.
But at times, and this is what I tell most of my clients, because many of us, when we get married, this is the love of our life, and we build like this bond with your significant other and things like that, and you have this feeling like you would never separate and things of that nature. And then when you finally do separate, sometimes people say, well, I'm over it. But you have to let go not only of the relationship, but you also have to let go of the feelings that came behind that relationship, the bond that came behind that relationship. Those feelings that associate yourself with that relationship. Sometimes you hear a song on the radio when you just automatically think about this one particular person, because you still have that I guess that love feeling for this one particular person. So
oh, you know what? I don't actually think that was my husband, though.
I'm not
going to say that I didn't love him. I'm going to tell you why I say that. Because with my husband, who I did have doubts, and I remember that. And from then on, I said, when in doubt, do doubt. So for him, I don't believe it's more so him than it is my ex-fiance. I think that because his spirit is more in line with who I am, I wasn't very happy, but he brought a lot of joy. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of laughter. He wasn't happy too, because he was complaining about me all the time. But I think for him, and I'm going to say this, and I'm not trying to be vain,
right,
but I think he still sees us possibly getting back together.
And that's true, and I'm gonna tell you one thing, that is absolutely true, because guess what? That's called psychic attack. Okay, and as a result of being psychically attacked and don't know where this attack is coming from, okay?
Because he almost was just like, I'm sorry, he had cancer. This is how the Creator works. He works for transit like I do, right? And he got a promotion. He went to supervisor. And he booked off sick because he really didn't want to work with this particular person.
Mm-hmm.
But because he was on probation, he knew he had to go to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And because he went to the doctor, that's how they found out that he had cancer.
Mm.
And it was pancreatic cancer, so they caught it at a very early stage.
Mm.
And even though at the time that this happened, him and I were really, because I speak to all of my exes because I don't hate anybody. I love everybody.
Correct.
But because we were kind of like on the outs, and it had nothing to do with me, it had everything to do with the fact that he owed me money. But, I let stuff like that go.
Right.
And when he finally reached back out to me, because I would wish no one any harm,
Mm-hmm.
I was so happy that things turned out the way they did. Because if they didn't, if he was still in his previous title, he would have never went to the doctor.
Right.
He would have never found out he had, understand what I'm saying?
I do.
So, and now he's resigned, he's retired because of it. And I think he kind of sees us kind of rekindling something.
And that is a possibility. When is his birthday?
It's July the 16th.
Cancer, yeah, dealing with family and ancestral connection. Yeah, I can see that coming from him. And he's the 16th.
Yeah, the 16th of July.
And
yes.
did I not tell you?
1965.
And did I not tell you? I see the number 7 with you. So 1 and 6.
Oh, you sure did.
Yeah.
You sure did.
That may be his energy as well. But it's more so of like the Christ energy in you, the higher center energy with you. But I can see this coming from this Cancer man. Because again, Cancers are the sign of family. Cancer is the sign of ancestral connection. But
yes.
However, Cancers can also be very manipulative. Just like any water sign, very, you think that the ocean is moving flowy and nice and calm, but once you get up in that ocean, it's rocky.
Yeah. yes.
So,
yes.
So
yes. And I like I said, I'm so happy that he's alive now, and he feels that his job is to take care of his grands now, because now he's going to get a house down south, and he's going to live with his 2 daughters. One is pregnant now. The other, both are pregnant, but one already has a child. And I can see the joy when he speaks about that. He really is looking forward to being this grandpa. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The savior.
Right.
He loves that.
Right. The family.
Yeah.
Right. Family.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolutely correct. Yeah, family. Having a happy and holistic family, and I believe at this particular point now, he may be, looking to settle down, but hold on, you're an air sign, air and water. There's in order for that relationship to work out, and I'm not recommending anything, because I know you're gonna do what your spirit tells you.
Yeah,
but just giving you a heads up. In order for that relationship to work out, it has to be an understanding of what is required in this relationship,
Yes.
What is it that I want? What is it that you want? What can you do for me? What can I do for you? Oh, no, I can't do that.
Yes.
Oh, I can't do that. It has to be honesty.
And I believe that's what went wrong in our relationship.
There you go.
Prior.
There you go.
So I see that 100%. I definitely see that. And, I like you said, I need to learn these things through getting hurt, and what I've done for people, and it. Can I tell you this though?
Yeah, you can tell me.
I always find that I never have a problem financially supporting myself, but I have so much for compassion to help other people, and sometimes I would do it to a fault. You understand what I'm saying? And now that I've learned, I feel like I've learned a lot, not everything, because I still have a lot of compassion when it comes to people doing without.
Right.
But I've learned so much more now through the experiences that I've had. So, not volunteering. And a lot of people didn't even ask me. You know, that's the thing. They didn't ask me, but they would tell me their story. And my heart would feel a way for their story and do what I can. Because I know I'm always going to be okay. Even if I don't have certain things, because things don't make me.
That's right. Things don't make you.
You know what I'm saying?
You make yourself. You make yourself. And let me tell you, let me tell you one thing. And this is with me and my friends and me and my close people too. To the extent that I bless you, it's to the extent that the universe blesses me. And I don't need people to tell me God bless you. You know, I don't really need that, because I do enough so that the universe in return gives me those blessings, you see. The same situation with you, because you feel it in your heart to do, and you're not thinking twice about it, because you already know that everything will be well with you. Why? Because to the extent that you bless other people, it's to the extent that, guess what, the universe, not nobody, not the universe will bless you. Okay? And that's why that's why
when people when I donated the kidney and people said to me, you know, you're going to be blessed, I said, I'm already blessed.
I'm already
blessed. I am.
That's right.
Yes, and I can feel it, and it's, you know, it's like it's like you said, I already know. And that's not vanity. It is what it is, and I'm accepting of it. You know, I was saying something. I was saying something to myself the other day, that I am accommodating. I am willing to accept my truth. You know, being real with myself, so that I can deal with it in the best possible way. Accept my reality so I can deal with my truth in the best possible way, so that I can maneuver in this world with the least amount of resistance.
Grounding yourself,
Yes, staying grounded. And it's sometimes, you know, we that's why I don't like to watch TV, watch the news, because you'll get so caught up in that, you'll just be living in fear. I refuse to do that. You know what I'm saying? I refuse to do that. That's why I fast, and that's why I'm going to continue fasting. You know, periodically, like every season, I feel like I have a fast. And guess what? I started the fast on Christmas Day at my mother's house when she was cooking all of this food. It just hit me. You know what I'm saying? It just hit me that morning when I woke up. I said, I need to fast. It started out as 30 days, and I said, no, I need to do 40. And you know what I'm saying? So I was paying attention.
So now let me break it down to you even more. You said on Christmas Day? Okay. So Christmas is you know where I'm getting at, right?
Yes.
Okay. 2 and 5 is the number 7. Okay.
Yes.
Fasting, getting into your higher self, your higher godhood. Yes. Okay, you got the epiphany, you got the message from the spirit, from your spirit, meaning the Gemini, the networker, the communicator between the physical and in the spiritual. So your spirit told you on Christmas Day, which is the number 7, to fast, and the physical, what did the physical do? It followed. Okay?
Yes.
So once you begin to understand patterns, and you begin to understand numbers and symbols, and it's interesting, because I just put out like a 36-second clip of me breaking down some symbols over there in St. Thomas. I don't know if you were seeing different symbols. But you know, if you understand symbols and you understand numbers and you understand signs, then you understand the language of the universe. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm very glad that you are coming out and you saying these different things. It's because it's only helping me to help you, to let you know what frequency and vibration you are actually vibrating on. You know, some of us, you know, we do most of these things. We fast and we pray and we set up altars, but we like, is this actually working? You know, like, is this, you know, am I doing it right? Or you don't have to worry. You just have to go within. You know, you just and may I ask, how is the young boy who got the how's he
Oh
doing
my
with
God,
his
he's
health?
doing so well. He's doing
Mhm.
so well. I had a dream about him,
Mhm.
and I don't know why I had this dream, but in the dream,
Mhm.
it's like he startled me, and I hit him on reaction,
Mhm.
and he was upset with me because
Mhm.
not he was upset in the dream. He was upset, and I think because he felt embarrassed, something he felt inadequate.
Mhm.
So I wasn't mad or upset that he was upset with me.
Mhm.
I just was more concerned with the fact that he felt away. So I
Mhm.
was trying to talk to him, and his mother was saying in the dream, she didn't mean it. Well, I didn't mean it. And
Mhm.
then what I decided to do because it was on my mind, I said, well, let me call him. Let me just reach out to him, see how he's doing,
Mhm.
see how he's doing. So I called him, and he said, I'm doing well. And, he's talking about his health first. And then I said, well, how are you doing mentally? And he said, I'm good. And I said, okay. And I told him about the dream. And he said, really? And then I said, let me ask you, on a scale from 1 to 10, how was your happiness level? And he said, it's about a 9. So I was like, wow, that's great. Like,
Mhm.
and I feel that one of the reasons why I needed to reach out to him is just to let him know that, I still think about him, and if he ever needs somebody to talk to, I'm an ear. Because we
Mhm.
went away, me, him, my son, and his mother. We went away to Delaware.
Mhm.
And he sat down and he talked with me. My son was asleep. His mother was in the room, and we had a good conversation for about a good 2 hours.
Mm.
And, it was something that was on his mind. And you know how you hear from your mother, that's one thing. But when you hear from somebody else and it reiterates some of the things that was already said, you kind of feel like, wow, this is making sense because I said it differently than his mother, but I basically said the same thing his mother was saying, but a different way.
Mhm. Mhm.
And because I feel we're spiritual sisters anyway.
Mhm.
And so he really appreciated that conversation. And he said, thank you so much. He said, this really just helped to open me up. And it had to do with his father, and because his father's not really in his life. And it's just a long story. But anyway, so he really felt good about it. But I just wanted him to know that you have people for you, there for you, that are concerned about you. And he said, I appreciate it. And he said, and if I ever need and if I ever need to talk, he said, I feel like I would call you, if I feel like I needed to talk, and I feel like I couldn't talk to my mother. So I said, okay, maybe that's why I had the conversation, just to let you know. So he is doing very well, and it's just a blessing, like I said, that I could have actually been a blessing to somebody else.
To be somebody else, yeah, and it's good that you have this connection with this young boy because you know, having this dream, you're not picking up on the physical him, but you're more so picking up on his spirit, because
Spirit,
his
yeah.
spirit may be disturbed, and he may not even know that his spirit is disturbed. So,
yes, and that's what the thing that I like, because he actually sat and he thought, because he said, well, let me see. So he was open to hear what I had to say, and I really appreciated that. So I said, okay. Yeah, so we are all connected. But I do have 2 questions for you before you go. There is a young lady that my son is talking to that for some reason it bothers me, and I know why it bothers me. It's because how he has told me what he's looking for in a woman. And all I see that she has is a cute face and a cute body. She don't have the substance.
You talking about the Stephanie girl?
Yes, she don't have the substance, and she don't have. It bothers me, and I can't figure out why it bothers me. And I've learned to let some of it go, but for some reason it still bothers me.
Your intuition, it's something that's not sitting right with you, and because you are asking the question, I'm going to tell you that's your son, that's the love of your life. I'm not speaking to a stranger in this situation, but I did channel her spirit, and she's been hurt before. She's a Virgo, so Virgos are looking for someone to love them. Okay.
Okay.
So you
Yeah,
may
okay.
be
All
pick.
right.
You
All right. So I'm kind of feeling. That's kind of what I'm feeling, and that's going to be too much work for him. But go ahead.
right. And that's
Mhm.
why I said to him when he asked me about this Stephanie girl, what the spirit realm said to me, well, what do you want with this girl?
Mhm.
You see what I'm that's actually the ultimate question, because
Mhm.
what is
And
it
I
that
asked him, and he
you
told
want
me I don't know.
exactly? So if you don't know what you want from her, you need to let
Right.
this girl go, because
Yes.
say that again.
I said yes, because it's a waste of your
It's
time.
a waste of your time. She has two
Mhm.
children. What do you want with a woman with two children?
Mhm.
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with, having, well, she have two or one. Two, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
two children. And I'm not saying that
Mhm.
there's anything wrong with getting in a relationship with a woman with two children, but for him,
Mhm.
the age that he's in, the
Mhm.
age that he's at, I mean, there's better out there for you.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
again, this girl is looking for somebody to really understand her. And
Mhm.
where he's at right now, he is still working on himself. So what
Thank
that so
you.
what so what that's going to do is that's going to sort of kind of take away from him focusing on himself to focus and be there for her, because
Thank you.
she's a Virgo. She's
Mhm.
clingy. Okay? She's
Thank
clingy.
you.
So I'm confirming that with you. This is what I've told him as well. She has two
Mhm.
children. First of all, she's in any event, yes, she's been hurt and she wants someone to be honest with her. However,
Mhm.
she's also looking for a father for her child.
Mhm.
You gotta look at this holistically. And is she
Mhm.
wrong for that? She's not wrong for looking
No,
for some,
yeah, I don't. Thank
right?
you. Yeah,
Exactly.
I got you.
She's not
Mhm.
wrong for it, and that's why the question goes back to him in terms of what is it that you want from her?
Right.
What do you want from this girl? You
Mhm.
see, because don't
I
play with
never
her.
got an answer. I never got an
Well,
answer. I just got an I don't know.
then
So,
then then
yeah, yeah.
he's in a state of confusion.
Yeah, I pretty much figured that one, but it's and sometimes I just gotta let stuff go. That's his past, that's his journey, and you learn in your time. It's just. But you say this is what I need somebody that I can build with, that I can, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to do all the thinking. That was one of the problems he felt like he had in his other relationship, and then you choose to spend time with. It just threw me off. It just rubbed me the wrong way. And I just
Right.
knew that that's going to prevent him from getting because he has a calling. He has a calling. I know he has a calling. He has a calling to do big things, and that's a distraction.
I
Oh,
told
one other thing.
this boy here is an Aquarius, so
Mhm.
he's a humanitarian, okay?
Yes. Yes.
Dealing with people and helping people with their rights and helping people to get to where they need to get to, or
Uh huh.
whatever level they want to get to,
Uh
okay?
huh.
But if he is not where he needs to be, and I'm very proud of
Right.
his development, but if he
Mhm.
is not where he needs to be, he will never get to the top, you
Yes.
know. And again, who is to put any time limit on anything, you know?
Mhm.
No
Mhm.
such thing as time in the spirit realm, because
Thank you.
I can channel things that I can channel my client's whole childhood if that's the case, because there's no such thing as timing,
And time. Yes.
Right.
Yes. 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 Yes.
So,
I get that. But here on the physical, we that's my last question.
right.
We that's how we play out things based on time, like you said.
Right. Right.
Now, I know you mentioned to me before
Mhm.
that I will be meeting someone,
Mhm. In the near future.
and I
Yeah.
believe you said 2 years, but I'm not clear. Is that 2017 or 2018?
here's the thing. When you talk about time, um, with the spirit realm, we dealing with seasons as well. Um,
Right.
so it could have been even 2 seasons, and when they say 2 years, they're just giving me an estimation of when. It
The
could be
yeah, the
it
two
could be
because it could be too late.
it could be sooner than 2 years because
Mhm.
within the spirit
And it's
realm,
not somebody I already know, correct?
I think that everyone we meet is somebody we already know.
We know. That's true. I just thought about that when you said it. Yeah, you're right.
You
It
get
is
what I'm
somebody.
saying?
Yeah, it is.
I think that everybody you meet is somebody you already know spiritually. Um but let me ask you one question because I see
Sure.
someone coming here. Is
Mhm.
the guy that you said that you feel, or rather you know, thinks about you, the July 16 guy,
Yeah. Mhm.
um is he dark skinned?
Yeah.
Okay. Tall, a little medium, not extra tall, but like
Yeah. He's tall.
okay.
He's. he's
Give me a second.
mhm.
Okay, only because we speaking about mates, and only
Mhm.
because his energy already came up. Um,
Mhm.
I like his aura. Um, I like, his spirit is what I'm gonna say. I
Mhm.
like his spirit.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, when it's in divine order. All right.
Yeah.
And as I told you before, and it's your choice. If you choose to
Mhm.
even consider him again, what will work is you having that balance talk with him. Um,
Right.
because you already know him, and I believe in giving people chances, but not all the time, because you
Mhm.
never want to
Mhm.
always
Yeah.
go
It could be
backwards.
to a fault. Yeah. I got
Right.
you. Mhm.
Um, but the man, that is coming into your life is still present because they are
Uh,
telling me that to be patient and the love affair will happen.
right.
But
But
again,
can I tell you, it's hard for me to feel that. I really, and don't get
yeah,
me wrong, I love my life. My life is wonderful.
yeah,
But that's one thing I cannot tell. It seems to me like it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's not,
right.
but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen.
I understand.
And I wouldn't be miserable if it doesn't. It's just that I know that um, I don't feel like I'll ever be alone, though. There's
Mm,
always going to be people around me,
right.
but it's just very difficult for me to feel that part. Maybe I'm just not supposed to. I don't know. Feel that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm supposed to be surprised when it happens, if it happens. I just wouldn't be very disappointed. I
Well,
might be a little, but I wouldn't be very disappointed.
right, and that's
Mhm.
why your spirit guides mentioned for you to work more on your heart chakra.
Mhm.
Um, to accept that you will receive,
Mhm.
to accept, to open up your heart so that you could attract and you could see that you will be, um, in a love affair again or a love
Oh, okay.
relationship again, you know.
Mhm.
And as
Mhm.
we said about your son, there's no timing. There's no set timing to
Right.
heal
Right.
yourself or to
Mhm.
uplift that particular area inside of you. So that's another aspect of why I believe your spirit guides is telling you also again to be patient. And I know it's
Right.
like, I've been patient for all this time and I
Because
just
it's
don't
been
see it
12, 12 years. 12? No, it's longer than that.
and
2000. Wow. Wow. Almost 15 years.
hey.
The relationship with the person that had the cancer, the
Mhm.
dark skinned one. It's been 15 years.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I think it's been about 6 or 7 years when I've been just completely me. No dating, nothing, just
Oh, so
me.
then really it's been 6, 7 years then.
Yeah.
And really, it's been six. Well, then, and
6, 7 years.
and let me tell you something. 6, 7 years go by so quick.
It sure does.
You know, it goes by so quickly. You know.
It really does.
Yeah. So, yeah, my love. You know, just.
Thank you.
Yeah, just keep on with your affirmations. You know, keep on with cleansing yourself. You know, 'cause you have to combine all of the elements. You know, you're doing the fasting, you're doing, you know, the affirmation, you taking your baths, you burning your incense. You gotta. That's how I do it. You know, and I only can tell people how I do. I'm always setting up some type, you know, some altars. If it's for love, if it's for finances, if it's for healing other people,
okay.
You know, if it's anything, what it is, you know, I'm really specific with what I do when I do it, you know, and just in general sense, you always wanna. You know, you always want to take, you know, you always want to give offerings to any type of deities, even give offerings to your ancestors, to the loved ones, to just nature, you know, just go by nature and say thank you for being there.
Thank you. Yes, that's what I did today. I just was like, Costco's out, and I saw the trees, and I was like, thank you. Keep forgiving me that. Because it just changed my perspective. It just made me see beauty in the earth.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Just acknowledging it. I forgot to take a picture though, and because I like to take a picture of the sunset and of the blooming of the trees, and just oh my God, put it in my phone, and every now and then just go through it and just say how beautiful it is. Just see how beautiful it is.
That's right.
So, yeah, I get that. Mother Earth is so beautiful.
So beautiful, but this is the key. This is the key. Nature is an external vision of yourself.
Yes, and you can see it. When you look at the trees, you know what they represent? Our lungs. When you see the bare trees, it looks just like our lungs. And it's amazing how Earth is a representation of Earth, just like you said. You know, so I thank you so much, Mama Ella.
Yes, my love.
And I appreciate you. I really, really do.
Oh,
and
my love.
It's always
thank
a pleasure speaking with you.
Yes, as well.
I really want to look into that St. Thomas Connect for some properties. So whenever, and I think probably by the end of this year.
Hello? Hello? Oh, did it hang up? Oh. Bye-bye.